Hi everyone, welcome in or welcome back to Between Realms Tarot. In today's Pick a Card Love reading, we are diving into their hidden truth about you and this connection. What are they holding back? What can't they admit out loud? And most importantly, what does this mean for you right now? I will be using tarot, Lenormand, dices, and also 3 oracle decks. Before we start the reading, if you ever resonate with these readings or like the work I do, please feel free to subscribe so you won't miss any future readings, and because it really helps the channel grow. Comment down below anything you'd like to say, just please be kind and polite. Maybe you have suggestions for readings, or you would like to share your story, or even just, share or comment your pile. I would truly appreciate and love to read all of your comments. And also press the like button. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, or if you'd like to support me on my channel, you will find my email in the description box below. And the super thanks button is activated, so if you feel called to support the channel, I would truly appreciate that. Otherwise, your presence is even enough. Thank you so much for staying through this intro, and let's go to the pile selection. So for today's reading, I have 3 piles for you, represented by the High Priestess tarot card. And so for pile number 1, your High Priestess tarot card is going to be this one. For pile number 2, your High Priestess tarot card is going to be this one. And for pile number 3, your tarot card is going to be this High Priestess. As usual, take a deep breath, relax all of your muscles, let go of all of your thoughts and worries, listen to your intuition, choose the pile that draws you the most, and if you feel drawn to maybe more than one pile for the same person or for different people, definitely do that. This reading is timeless and it will resonate whenever you find it. You will find the timestamps in the description box below, and if you have picked your pile, let's start your reading. Hi, pile number 1. If you have picked this High Priestess tarot card, this is going to be a reading about your person's hidden truth. So let's start your reading. So pile number 1, with the moon here in Virgo in the 10th house, it just feels like your person is very emotionally affected by this connection, and I would like to say with confidence that there is emotional investment here, and that this person takes this connection almost seriously, but almost like too seriously. Because with Virgo energy and in the 10th house, it feels like this person might be, let's say, overwhelmed by so many things going on in their lives, and they might be having some pressure being put on them by life in general. And with that, I mean work, family, responsibilities, just life going on is really putting them under the microscope right now. The moon being there, it gives me this feeling that this person again is very, very invested emotionally, but in Virgo, it feels like they analyze a lot instead of expressing themselves or expressing the feelings. And they do go through these instances where they try to fix themselves with Virgo energy here. There is stress, overload of stress. I don't see this person, I truly see them struggling, but I see them managing that. So they're not somebody who gets bogged down or paralyzed by stress, but they do feel maybe even emotionally attached to being useful or to being efficient. And they are maybe, or they might have this streak of being a perfectionist, and it feels like this person wants to be a certain way to be able to pursue this or to feel comfortable in pursuing this connection. And yeah, they might want to be more stable, especially with the presence of the King of Pentacles here. This person wants to be useful, they want to be efficient for you, And for maybe everybody in the life, I feel like they have this nature to them where they would like to be useful, and efficient. So they would like to improve themselves first, improve their current status, I want to say, because of the presence of the 10th house. I feel like they want to, like, I'm getting exactly, they want to be worthy for you. And by worthy for you, it means being maybe very socially recognized by their career or profession, or by the things that they do. And it feels like maybe by being more stable, more socially accepted, or they might want to have or reach this status where it gives them enough worthiness from their perspective to pursue you, and to be able to solve problems, even to be able to be financially also efficient, and not be, maybe I'm getting these words, and I did not like a burden. They don't want to be a burden on anybody. So that's how they would describe, or what they want to do, and how they feel safe in expressing themselves in this connection. So, and they do have a lot of work responsibilities, that they need to have under control. And so it feels like any inaction that is coming from this person is because of the fact that they don't feel good enough on many levels. Now, currently, this connection, it feels like it's going through an emotional peak of some sort, with a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. This is also maybe some type of an emotional climax, something that both of you might feel currently, where maybe you, pile number one, you might be feeling like you're having these feelings about this person surfacing, and emotions bubbling to the surface, and there needs to be some type of cleansing or clarity, and that is going to happen in a way or another. I feel like your person feels the same way. Again, I feel like this is happening for both of you and your person, pile number one, where both of you are feeling a lot. There is attachment, definitely, and there is this sense of feeling very personally tied together. I do feel like you or your person might have this sense of feeling like you're at home with each other, or feeling like you're so family oriented together, and it feels like, I feel like you're like this person's homie, and they are also your homie in a relationship type of way. And it just feels so much safe in a way to be with you. And because of that, sometimes those attachments that we feel to another, where they feel like home to us, or they feel like a family member, the ugly can come with that, like the bad and the good emotion can rise up, and so it can cause, like, that's why attachment issues exist, where we're so enmeshed, or we're so attached to a person. It's almost like a home me or a family member, where we might have those moments where maybe we lash out on each other, maybe we, yeah, but it is coming now. Right now it feels like both of you are going through a lot of emotional churning, and there is an emotional turning point here. Yeah, it feels like feelings are resurfacing for this person, and a lot of inner healing is being done for both of you right now. With the, yeah, if you're questioning maybe why, I feel like your person is withdrawn. I just feel like, I don't know, I'm getting this energy that your person is withdrawn. And if you're questioning what they're feeling in this, maybe no contact, or maybe lack of, or maybe no, or minimum communication, if you're wondering whether this person is still there for you, or still maybe emotionally invested, I would say yes, they're definitely emotionally invested, but they are like at this time very, very overwhelmed by these feelings. It just seems like they want a resolution for something in this connection. It feels like they want to resolve something, and it isn't like, I just getting, it's as if it's this point of a turning point where things are no longer going to be the same, and in a positive way. To be honest, I'm going to say it. I don't like to delude my viewers, but it looks like there is a positive turning point, excuse me, where I feel like some type of issues related to the type of emotional entanglement that you are having with this person is going to fizzle. Is it fizzle? It's something that is going to melt away, and something much more smooth or something smoother is going to result out of this turning point. I do feel like the future of this connection looks more light-hearted, looks more beautiful. So if you felt like there is some heaviness in the past, it is going to change into something that is more flowing. And with the divine timing here, it just feels like this person currently is withdrawn and not ready. And it feels like maybe forcing this person, it's like they might be, in a way, yeah, it's just, it feels like they're not ready yet. And again, I feel like you're here, or everybody's here, because of the lack of action from their person. And for you, pile number one, your person is just not ready with the divine timing, and that there will be a time where things are going to kind of be more easier, more easy. And forcing things now will only block the bigger picture. Like, this is what the divine timing is talking about. So instead, it's trying to tell you to maybe prepare yourself for something that you are emotionally worthy of, rather than forcing something that is not ready yet to move. So now going to the tarot, first of all, for your person's true feelings towards you, and we have the Two of Pentacles. And this person's, I did want to go with Lenormand first, but I just want to use like to take a look at this card, because the Two of Pentacles does talk about juggling, right? But I feel like this comes from your person not wanting to lose you. And I'm getting that because this person is practically oriented, so it feels like they see this connection as very, very, very important. And I said that 3 times because it matters. This connection to your person is very, very important, and they will not, or they do not ever want to compromise this connection because of their struggles, or because of what they are going through when it comes to their other responsibilities. So take it however resonate, really, because I feel like everybody will have a different story. But again, it just gives me this whole message, like the whole reading gives me the message that this person is going through a lot right now, and that they might be or struggle to show vulnerability or be emotionally present or available because of what they are going through. And but despite, like, maybe we would say in other relationships, people would compromise or sacrifice their relationship for the sake of their maybe career goals, but in this specific connection, I feel like your person does not want to lose this connection in any way. They do not want to compromise it. This is why the Two of Pentacles is here, because this person is trying to be flexible. This person is trying to be adaptable. They are in a positive manner trying to find a place where they can fit this connection into their life. The Two of Pentacles, as you know, probably is also trying to balance their feelings. So this shows somebody who cares a lot and still does not feel stable to commit fully, or to be, I want to say, not commit, but it's more like I feel like this person is committed. So energetically speaking, this person is committed. They are very focused in a way on this connection, but emotionally speaking, they are unable to be present, or they are unavailable emotionally, or they are unavailable for the exchange and the vulnerability part of the emotional connection. And it's mainly because they have a lot of things to deal with, but still they don't want to lose this connection. So they're trying to balance and they're trying to find a place for this connection in their life. Now, with the key here, and this is going to represent their mindset towards you right now and what they're thinking towards you. And this is very, very important because they see you and this connection as something very meaningful and significant, and somebody who represents something key. Like the key here does talk about something very important, something that unlocked something. And this is not casual energy. From your person's perspective, this connection matters a lot and it's very important, and it is something that maybe clicked in their mind where they felt like they want to pursue this and they want to be present for this. Next to that, we have the clover, and this is about their next realistic move. And the clover shows small steps, it shows keeping contact, it shows wanting to keep the connection and not lose the connection by trying to keep maybe light communication, testing the waters, small openings. That there is, I don't see this is not in any way a grand declaration of love, but it is keeping contact and feeling positively, or when it comes to you and this connection, and wanting to pursue this connection because it makes them feel positive. But again, because of the presence of the Two of Pentacles, we see that this person is not fully putting all of their energy in the connection, and it's mainly because of what they are going through when it comes to their career, maybe responsibilities or whatever they are very occupied and feeling accountable and responsible for. And so the clover is showing me gentle tentatives and gentle ways where this person approaches you, but not in a grand way, mainly because they don't want to lose this connection. The bouquet card talks about here the near future energy, and this brings a lot of affection and kind gestures. So that's how I see again the connection, or the near future energies. It feels like these emotional issues are reaching a peak, and they are fizzling out and melting down and creating more of a flowy, clean waters. Like imagine a river that was maybe blocked by a rock, and then we lift the rock, or maybe the river's current gets so strong that it maybe breaks the rock, and so the rock is no longer an obstacle, and the river's flow or current becomes more easy. So this is how we see the near future of this connection going to be. It's through kind gestures and emotional softening and affection and sweetness that I see happening in this connection. Maybe more appreciation, more time spent together, more openness. And it is because of some type of an emotional cleansing that I see happening for this connection. Now, it seems like what they're holding back here is the Empress. And again, I see this person very emotionally focused and wanting to be useful. The Empress here shows somebody who is holding back desire of being affectionate, of being caring. I feel like this person definitely sees this connection as something very, very abundant, something that is emotionally and even it's like valuable. This connection seems or feels to this person as something very valuable, something that they recognize and know the value of. But they are holding back this expression. And we're going to see why. Because while they are holding back deep caring energy, like they reach out with small moments of joyful contact in a way, but they are holding back the Empress. And the Empress talks about grand gestures, taking care of somebody, nurturing feelings affectionate actions, and this person is holding this type of energy back. And next to that, we have the King of Pentacles, which we can see as a similar energy to the Emperor, which is the masculine equal of the Empress here. And the King of Pentacles is representing what they can't admit, and the King of Pentacles is the most useful king in the tarot. This person secretly, or they don't want to admit that they want to be this King of Pentacles in this connection. So there is a desire to commit, there is a desire to be long term, there is a desire to provide, to be reliable, to show up maturely in this connection, and there is a desire to feel worthy in the way that they see, or that they believe to be worthy, which is maybe being more solid, financially stable, because of the King of Pentacles being somebody who's a provider, somebody who's not a burden, somebody who's more of a provider than a burden. That's what I'm getting. But they don't feel ready yet financially, and that leaks into not being ready emotionally or in life in general. So this is why they don't admit the fact that this is what they want, because they don't feel ready yet. And the Two of Swords here is why they are suppressing the energy of the King of Pentacles and the Empress. And we see that there's somebody who's being indecisive or avoiding the decision here. So this person is just, I feel like they would say something like, practically speaking, I'm not ready, so I'm holding all of this back. Like, why would I communicate any of this, or why would I engage with this energy or with this perspective if I'm not ready yet? And so they're avoiding to decide and avoiding to engage. They're avoiding to express themselves also. They're avoiding to make a decision on whether they will approach you or whether they will keep holding back, because they don't want to lose this connection. They don't feel ready. They know that they're not ready. In their belief system, they're not ready, because they are not in that position financially and materially and maybe even career-wise where they see themselves as worthy. And so they avoid to make a decision because they don't want to lose this connection. So they might be withdrawing their energy, sending you mixed signals, because it just feels very risky. They don't want to choose. They don't want to risk vulnerability. It feels just so risky to them. So they're avoiding engaging with I feel like this is their nature. The Moon in Virgo naturally wants to be somebody who's a provider, somebody who's efficient, and they can be very stressed and depressed if they are not that way. The 10th house shows a desire to be recognized by society in general, and maybe to adhere by societal rules, and this person does not feel like they fit or they are a worthy candidate almost in this connection. Now, how your person sees the connection is the Seven of Pentacles, and this is something that is growing slowly. This person is investing 100%. This person sees this connection as worth investing, but they also know for a fact that because they don't want to lose it, this will need time. And they know that they want to develop it, but they know that it requires patience. It requires them to be patient. So this person sees or thinks a lot, or not thinks, but almost like considers the long-term potential, and they don't just consider the instant results. They are thinking long-term. And so they see this connection as something that is worth investing, but also something that needs time and effort and patience, and they're ready to do that. They see long-term potential again. Now, with the Two of Wands, it seems like this connection is teaching you, pile number one, how to not let another person's timeline affect yours. It's to choose for yourself, how do you want to live. You are almost like maybe at a crossroad, or it is about your direction. So you cannot force, again, through the divine timing, you cannot force this person into doing something or this connection. I'm not saying that you're trying to force anything, pile number one, because a lot of people come at me in the comments, but I'm really not trying to tell you that you're forcing anything. But I know that you would like some type of action to consolidate commitment in this connection, and you're definitely right by wanting that. That is definitely what you are worthy of. But operating with another person requires their free will to be considered also, and so their free will right now is not operating in a way that serves your interest, and that does not come from a place of them not being interested. Again, it's coming from a place of them not feeling ready, because according to them they want to be at a certain space or in a certain place in order to feel worthy. And so the Two of Wands is trying to tell you to choose, or to maybe even consider what they want, and to expand your vision, to not let the timeline of this person and their not being ready to affect your decision making and your future. You definitely have to ask yourself, pile number one, if maybe you would like to be patient with this person, or if you are not somebody who would like to wait. That is definitely your choice. I don't really tell people to do or to what they do at all. I just feel like relationships and life in general is so nuanced to tell anybody to not wait or wait in a collective reading. And even in an individual private reading, it would differ a lot, because again, relationships are so nuanced, and they are just multi-dimensional, and somebody maybe is worthy of waiting and another person is not, and you need to make the decision that adheres with your own happiness and with your safety, pile number one, and that can only come from your own intuition and how do you feel at the moment. So your guidance here seems to be to reclaim your power and to expand your vision, and to not let this person's timeline affect yours, to stop waiting maybe even, and choose your own future, and choose something that you feel called towards, whether waiting or not waiting. The Two of Wands does talk about where we are at a crossroads and being faced with a decision that is critical and that we need to make for our future. It does talk about the need to move rather than wait. So take that however it resonates with you, pile number one. Now, this is what this connection is trying to teach you: to choose yourself and to find your own direction in life. Whether this person is able to meet you halfway or not later, you right now need to focus on a specific direction for you. So also we have here the Nine of Wands, and this does talk about the fact that maybe you're tired, even exhausted, maybe emotionally burned out, because I feel like there is maybe lack of expression, and so that might cause you a lot of burnout. And it is trying to tell you, this guidance, the Nine of Wands, is trying to tell you to not give up on yourself, and hold your boundaries and hold your standards, and also to know that the hard work that you have done in your life is going to result in something beautiful. And so it's also trying to tell you that you're resilient, but you don't need to self-sacrifice for another person. Again, don't let a tarot reading affect you. This is just insight for reflection. You need to make your decisions from your own inner knowing. But the Nine of Wands does talk about holding boundaries and not overextending yourself for another person. The last card that we have for you is the Forgive card from the Secrets of the Wood Wand, and I love this deck. This card talks about forgiveness for your own self. I'm not sure if this is for this connection or not, but if you feel as if you're maybe beating yourself up, about things that happened in this connection, or maybe if you feel as if you overexerted yourself in this connection and maybe being very harsh on yourself, or if it's about something else in your life. Pile number one, this card talks about being accepting towards our positives and negatives in life. It's about recognizing and celebrating our achievements and the good things that we've done, no matter how big or small they are, but also being able to look at our mishaps and mistakes with compassion and to learn from those things and be able to laugh at them rather than letting them maybe restrict us by judgment and harshness towards ourselves. So it's trying to tell you to forgive yourself for any mishap in your life and to learn from your experiences and to remember that there are things to be happy about and there are maybe achievements to celebrate for you. So, pile number one, this was your reading. I hope it resonated with you or it gave you insight. If it did, please press the like button, comment down below, and subscribe so you won't miss any future readings. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you will find my email in the description box below. The super thanks button is also activated, so if you feel called to support me and my channel, I would definitely appreciate it. Otherwise, your presence is enough. Thank you so much for being here, pile number one, and see you or maybe read for you next time. Hi, pile number two. If you have picked this High Priestess card, this is going to be a reading about your person's hidden truth. So let's start this reading. So pile number two. With the dices here, we have Venus in the 5th house, and it does show attraction from your person's perspective. It does show romantic desire, affection, and a feeling of being kind of pulled towards you and this connection. The 5th house also talks about chemistry, so this person senses or feels chemistry with you. There is also a desire for experiencing pleasure and romance and flirting in this connection, but Aquarius is totally the opposite to the 5th house, and this shows emotional distance, unpredictability, and a sense of detachment or desire for freedom. So energetically, this person is attracted towards you and they do have romantic curiosity and a desire to experience connection with you. But Aquarius makes this person detach emotionally, maybe even like suppress those feelings or detach from them. And Aquarius also gives this inconsistent and unpredictable urges or surges of energy. Aquarius also is intellectualizing feelings, and when we look at all of this spread, we see that this person desires some kind of autonomy to themselves, and also this person desires freedom. With the book here, it feels like what they're thinking about and the way they're approaching this connection, their mindset towards you is about holding back information and holding secrets and not revealing their feelings or their intentions or their attraction. I do definitely see that this person does not reveal in any ways, even a bit, how much they are attracted or how much romantic desire that they are aware of towards you. They are also, there's a tendency of them or from their side to watch you or observe you but not act and withhold information and also withhold action. And this person is not in any ways transparent here or authentic. The book definitely shows secrets and information not being revealed or being withheld intentionally. With the scythe here, it seems like their next realistic move is something that is abrupt, and I do feel like you would see this pattern with this person where they are abruptly connecting or communicating or sending you a text or maybe meeting you outside and then abruptly disappearing. I do feel like there's this hot and cold energy here. The scythe definitely shows quick decisions being made on not on whims, but they just happen with sudden emotional wake ups from your person's side. The scythe here definitely shows that this person sometimes, it's not slow movement from their side, it's unexpected and fast action that is being taken by them. The scythe can talk about their next realistic move being something that is abruptly going to return contact or something that is abruptly cutting contact. And this is mainly because this person tends to hold back whenever they want to, I do want to say, kind of run away with their feelings or hide their feelings. So they are definitely here influenced by the secrets that they keep. And it's almost like it causes them sometimes to be, let's say, impulsive with their communication, with their even realizations about the you and this connection. The rider, though, it does show that the near future energy of this connection is movement and is beginnings, it's initiations into this connection. So despite, I do feel like you're here because your person is very, very disconnected, or they feel to you very detached. They seem very, very detached, or maybe even uninterested to you. But that's not the truth here. It seems like they're withholding their interest and their attraction on purpose. But they are not willing, or they don't have this intention to move on or to end things at all. They just have the intention of observing, withholding information, withholding the truth from you, observing you, and keeping this type of barrier where they don't get hurt. The rider, though, definitely shows sudden shifts, especially after the scythe where there is movement. Maybe communication is definitely going to be restored here. This person withholds also communication for a while, and then they do suddenly start it again. So we can realistically predict a possibility of initiation of communication and movement again in the near future of this connection. With the oracles here, we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, and this is where this connection is at right now. And this card is, I feel like this is a message specifically for you because this is definitely a fresh start energy, but it does talk about what makes you happy, pile number 2. So this card is telling us that what you want is available for you. If you want, it does talk about prosperity, abundance, living happily, comfortably. But it is about what do you believe that you deserve. And so happiness is available for you, pile number 2. But it really depends on where are you going to seek this happiness. If this person is not really available for that at the moment, or is not openly providing it, and I'm going to tell you in the tarot here, it is telling you that abundance is available for you. But it does seem as if you have to believe that you deserve it, first of all. And second of all, think about what truly gives you abundance. Like, is this person a good match for you when it comes to making your dreams come true and achieving your goals? And so it's calling for you to be confident again. I'm going to come back to this card because it ties up to the guidance cards perfectly. First of all, with your person's feelings towards you, and here we have the 7 of Swords, and I was like, well, this is classic avoidant, hiding the truth behavior. But I did want to say what this person is hiding. We have the Empress as their feelings, and at first glance, this is definitely the 7 of Swords. It looks like avoidance. It looks like ghosting on purpose. It looks like hiding their feelings on purpose. This person is purposely hiding their feelings. And clarified by the Empress, this says they're holding back or hiding loving feelings. This is again Venus in the fifth house. Also, this definitely is very similar to Venus in the fifth house. This is attraction, desire, tenderness, but they are sneaking around this with the Seven of Swords. Instead of revealing this, this is what they're consciously choosing to operate from. It's this behavior, and I do see a lot of immature behavior from this person. And I'm really sorry for calling this person out, but the pattern of behavior here is not very healthy. So it's still a matter of choice, of personal choice of your person, but it does seem like they need a lot of healing and a lot of introspection. The Seven of Swords, it does talk about this person hiding these feelings because with the Empress, they might not feel safe being honest about it, and especially with the presence of the rest of the cards. The Nine of Wands here also talks about somebody who's being wounded, or somebody who has maybe worries and fears around revealing their true feelings. And so this person does not feel safe revealing their truth, and so they withhold it until, and this is not, to hurt you, but this is them being mistrusting of love in general, maybe because of past wounds. So instead of expressing feelings, this person withdraws and observes from a distance here, especially with the Page of Swords. It seems like what this person is withholding is, first of all, communication. So I do feel like this person desires clarity in this connection. This person desires the truth, they desire clarity, they desire understanding, they are curious about you and this connection. But instead of communicating their curiosity and their questions, and instead of communicating their emotional truth, they observe from the distance. Page of Swords does talk about wanting to get information, but since this is being withheld, like the communication, or I mean the best way to get information, whether it's true or not, is with communication. And this person is withholding the action of communication, and they're trying to get information by just observing, by watching, but not speaking and not being direct. It's almost like beating around the bush type of behavior here. They might be asking people around about you, or they might be watching your social media, or maybe just observing you from a distance. I don't see, this is not an unhealthy stalkerish behavior at all. This is not something threatening or scary. This is just this person not wanting to reveal their truth. Instead, they feel safe, and the way they feel safe is by observing and gathering information. That still seems like stalkerish behavior, but again, I can guarantee that that is not unhealthy. We don't see negative cards such as the devil or something like that. This is just this person feeling uncomfortable with communicating while they don't have enough information to feel safe. Now, with what they can't admit here, we have the Nine of Wands, and this is this person being, it's like this person is wounded from the inside. This person's inner child is wounded, and the Nine of Wands talks about this person not admitting the fact that they're holding very strong boundaries and being distant because of pain, and because of the fact that they're trying to protect themselves, and also because of the fact that they might be very, very exhausted. And it's like they have built these walls around them to protect their heart and their emotional safety, because they were exhausted before by love. And so this person is afraid to open up again. This is what they're holding back, and they're afraid to admit. This person is definitely afraid to open up, afraid of to be vulnerable, because they are afraid of being hurt, and so they are feeling defensive, and that is why they tend to detach emotionally. Yeah, and because of the presence of the Aquarius energy here, this is also them wanting to have autonomy, not wanting to be controlled, not wanting to be maybe micromanaged by a partner if they ever had a partner like that, or it might be family issues, it might be things that happened since childhood. This person wants autonomy and wants a sense of healthy freedom, but still, instead of being maybe communicative or forthcoming, they guard themselves, and they are wounded, and they hold boundaries because it exhausts them when they invest emotions without feeling safe. Now, for why they are suppressing their feelings, and also we have the Four of Cups. And this is this person numbing themselves emotionally. This person closed their heart at a certain point where they refuse to feel, and they refuse to open up their heart again unless it is worth it. And this can delay a lot of emotional investment and exploration and connection. So this person sits in emotional withdrawal, in emotional numbness, and they hold back, they just, they act apathetic, indifferent, and they refuse to attach. They just stagnate in a very low-key emotional state where they don't want to attach themselves, or they don't want to be vulnerable or open, because and there is definitely they did close their heart, and unless it feels worth it to them from their perspective, not that you are not worth it, pile number two, it's not like that. Because yeah, I do feel like that might have affected your self-worth and might made you maybe doubt yourself because of this person's immature behavior. And so whatever they consider worth it is maybe something from their perspective that does not bug them down and does not keep them attached with no real healthy outcome. And that is not definitely like everybody, or at least some people have wounds, specific wounds that they operate from and they need to heal. And that is very unfortunate to see somebody who cannot experience love or who cannot experience happiness, and they choose to willingly numb themselves because of how much wounded or how they are and how much exhausted they are emotionally. It really makes sense. That is not an excuse to treat you in, maybe to ghost you, or to treat you in a dismissive way, or to act as if they're not interested. But again, what I see here is that this person is not doing this from a malicious intent or from the intention of hurting you. They are just afraid of them getting hurt here. With the Strength card, this person sees this connection as powerful. The Strength card is also Leo energy. It's connected to the 5th house also, and so this is this person feeling a strong pull. And this person, the Strength card, is also the card of the heart chakra, and this person is definitely in a way or another experiencing a slow but consistent and very obvious opening of the heart, but it also shows restraint. And so this person is holding themselves back. This person is seeing this connection as something that has a strong pull on them, that they are magnetized and attracted, but it also shows that they are resisting opening their heart and holding themselves back. So it does show this push and pull that this person feels, where maybe they didn't feel this way in a while, but it only feels this way because this person holds back and consistently restrained themselves from opening their heart and from being emotionally vulnerable. Now, for what this connection is trying to teach you, we have the 7 of Pentacles, and this is very clear. It's almost like a calling for reevaluation. So with all of the guidance card that the guidance cards that I got for you, it seems like this connection specifically is mirroring as a pattern for you, pile number 2. And I cannot emphasize this enough, where the pattern that you need to observe and heal, or that you would like, because I wouldn't like to talk to you with the word need. It's okay to be needy, but it's not what I meant. Okay, let's come back. So the 7 of Pentacles here, it's almost like the pattern here is for you to reevaluate not only this connection, but anything else that is not fruitful for you. So this card is asking you to be patient, but also it's asking you to reevaluate, practically speaking. Is this connection worth waiting for? Is this person worth it for you? And the only one that can answer that for you is you. I mean, this is a general reading, and everyone has a different dynamic, despite maybe this pattern being here. But it's this, I feel like this specific connection is mirroring something back to you, related not only to this connection but everything in your life. It's trying to tell you to look at every single corner of your life, everything that seems to require effort, but even if you do effort, it's still not working. Or is it really working? So it's just telling you to observe and reevaluate what is worth keeping and what is worth working on long term, whether it is in this connection or not. So this is a pattern that this connection seems to mirror for you. The 8 of Pentacles here, not the 8, it's the 9, and this is guidance for you, and this is big because again it mirrors all of the lesson here, which is about you do need to value yourself more. You do need to choose yourself, because there is a lot of abundance in just being you. Your independence and your worth and your glow matter. You don't need to wait, but if you want to wait, I wouldn't say not to. Just follow your intuition. You don't need to wait to be chosen. You need to choose yourself. You are already enough. It's like a reminder for you that if this person's actions are making you reflect or feel unworthy, this whole reading is trying to tell you that this is not you. It's them feeling, it's them acting defensive because they want to protect themselves, and that definitely can mirror to you feelings, doubting yourselves, or issues of self-esteem and self-worth, if that already exists within you. And like, what is worth your effort, and what is worth your involvement? And do you need to choose yourself and come back to yourself? Choose yourself fully. I'm hearing with the ancestors. Let's go to what is blocking this connection, and it seems to be perspective here. This is the perception card from the shamanic healing, and it seems like what is blocking this connection from moving is a rigid mindset of somebody in here. And when we look at all of these cards, we see that maybe it's them, or maybe it's you. So, or maybe it's both of you, because definitely this person has a rigid perspective of them seeing this connection through old wounds, despite feeling the pull and the attraction and the feelings that they have of the Empress. Come on, this person is still seeing this connection or operating towards this connection from a perspective of wounds and fears, especially old wounds. And so instead of embracing, they are rigid, and they have a perspective that they still maybe refuse to shift. So it seems that what is blocking this connection from your person's side is their perspective and the way they operate towards this connection. Instead of being open, they may be like very involved, or very let's say, I do feel like this person is within this situation not being able to observe the bigger picture and feels maybe like a risk to shift this perspective. But also from your perspective, pile number 2, maybe you need to shift back the perception towards you and to look at yourself again, and the fact that, and also step back into the bigger picture and see that, wait a minute, this person is acting this way because they have their own wounds, and they are acting from a place of wound and hurt rather than being open. And so I don't need to be self-deprecating in a way. I don't need, pile number 2, to maybe doubt my self-worth and doubt having the things that I want in life, doubt achieving my dreams because of how this person is not reciprocating and not being fully open with me as I am with them. Now, your final guidance here, we have the ancestors card, and this is, what do you need to know and hear? And the ancestors card is telling you that you are not alone. In any ways, you are supported. Even if you feel a lot of doubt, even if you feel pain, even if you're doubting whether you can have your goals and dreams, the ancestors card is telling you that you are guided and you are supported, and there is always, you are not alone, and you don't need to abandon yourself. Also trust your inner wisdom, but it's like you are supported by your inner wisdom. And the Nine of Pentacles here, it's just that you're very, very self-sufficient, whether you know it or not. And this card is trying to tell you that you are not alone. You have your own self, but also if you relate to maybe having spirit guides, or you are connected to them, or you feel like maybe you're being supported in a loving, in a light way, please be discerning about that. You are definitely supported, and you are not alone, and you will never be alone. You always have a figure of guidance, whether it is your own intuition because of your self-sufficiency, or because you actually have spirit guides if you relate to that, or maybe a past loved one who's guarding over you if you also relate to that. But please be discerning. So yeah, pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it resonated with you, it gave you insight. If it did, please press the like button, subscribe so you won't miss any future readings, and because it really helps the channel grow, and comment down below your experience maybe, or your piles. Also, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you will find my email in the description box below. Email me for any inquiries you have. And if you would like to support me, the super thanks button is currently activated, and if you feel called to do so, I would truly appreciate it. But at the end, your presence is enough. Thank you so much, pile number 2, for being here. I love you and I appreciate you all, and see you next time. Hi, pile number 3. If you have picked this High Priestess tarot card, this is going to be a reading about their hidden truth. So let's start your reading. So pile number 3, with Venus here in the 5th house in Pisces, your person is very, let's say, dreamy about you and about this connection, because there is romantic longing. It's Venus and it's in Pisces, but not only that, it's in the 5th house. Venus in Pisces is this very spiritual type of love, universal, almost ideal type of love. In the 5th house, it's let's say that it's attraction, but it's also longing. It's desire for pleasure, but it is also idealized love and idealized attraction. And so when I draw this spread, it gave me the one theme, which is about this person feeling this idealistic type of attraction towards you, but they are also confused. And so it's like at this current moment, this person is unable to ground their feelings into action, and so they might be passive despite how much love they have and how much love they feel. I don't see avoidance, to be honest, towards you. I see overwhelm or almost like confusion. And it feels like this connection is big in terms of the attraction and the spiritual aspect of the connection. It feels very, very big to ground into the real world and the physical action. I have like I'm remembering this specific topic when it comes to maybe let's say near death experiences and people who experienced maybe from their perspective going into the maybe the 5D or out of body experiences, especially near death experiences where they kind of maybe die and come back, and what happens is that when they come back to when they are out of their body, they have this sense of expansiveness. I recognize that this is a very sensitive topic, but it is out there in the internet. It is very, very rich. It's a very rich topic, and I know some of you are going to click out just because I said this, but you know, it is healthy skepticism to be able to observe and to hold space for experiences until we find the truth, and not to be attached to a certain perspective or something that we consider to be the truth. Anyhow, it's just that the soul, when it gets out of the body, it's so expansive, but once it drops in the body, it feels so kind of maybe restricted, and it feels a bit painful for something that expansive to be withheld within the body. This is what these people reported. Now, that is not our topic, and I felt like I should explain that this way, but it feels like this connection is just as expansive and big. Spiritually, this person feels so deeply, but it's very hard to ground that perspective into the real world and act towards this connection in a way that feels aligned with its potential. And so this person might be confused, maybe having escapist tendencies, not being able to materialize their feelings. With the Lenormand here, the first card that we have, which is Bear, it's symbolizing their mindset towards you, and there is a sense of protectiveness that this person feels towards you. It's like they approach you and from a sense or from a perspective of being protective, almost possessive. There is definitely strong attraction, but there is also a desire to protect this connection and to protect you. There is also attachment and intensity that this person feels and energetically is manifesting in this connection. So they care a lot. Let's say that this person cares more than they show. Especially that this reading is about their hidden truth. Let's see what their next realistic move here. We have Mountain, and this person wants to move within this connection. This person wants to take action, but the Mountain is about obstacles and blocks and delays, and this person wants to move, but something feels very, very hard to surmount, some type of an obstacle. Maybe there is distance, maybe I feel like there is an unspoken boundary, maybe because of the unspoken truths between you two, where this person is unable to find the best way to surmount this boundary or this obstacle and manifest something that moves this connection. So the Mountain does talk about effort that is required to open up the path in this connection to manifest as something real. The Lilies, though, it shows the near future energy, and this is very beautiful. The Lilies talks about maturity, idealistic love. It talks about high ideals, high morals. It talks about peaceful connections and calm connections. And so it feels like there is more sincerity, more love, more calmness and peacefulness, and more emotional understanding that this connection is moving towards in the near future. So for the tarot here, first of all, we have with their feelings the Two of Pentacles, and this is similar to pile number one. So if you feel drawn to pile number one, maybe there is an information for you there. But what I see here is that it's a bit different, because the Two of Pentacles in this specific spread here is this person being very aware of their feelings towards you, but also trying to balance themselves to find what is the best action to take in this situation. So they're juggling feelings here, but it's like they're trying to balance their feelings, but also what is manifestable in this connection, if that is a word. So they do care, but yeah, and they do have feelings. But the Two of Pentacles shows that this person is juggling these feelings and not being able to put them into actions and words. So I would say what they're feeling right now is that they are unstable, or trying to find ways to ground this connection. It feels just so much in the air, and it feels so strong and so not tangible, that this person is trying their best here with the Two of Pentacles to not be so escapist, or not be so dreamy, and not be swayed away by these feelings without grounding them. So this person is in this period where they're trying to, again, I'm repeating myself here, to find the best path to feel their feelings without being carried away in passivity, and trying to find the best way to be active. The moon here shows what this person is holding back, and this is their insecurities, their fears, their confusion. So they seem to be in this space where the moon shows confusion, feelings that are so deep, and they are unable to grasp the reality of these feelings. So they kind of holding back, that they don't want to show you how much confused they are, and how dreamy they are, and how much confused they are. So they don't want to look like that. And so I would say that this person is wanting to move this connection towards an outcome of connection, a real life connection, but they are the energy that is ruling over everything, or that is maybe the most dominant here, is Venus in the 5th house in Pisces. And so they're very confused and very, very up in the air, but they don't want to be like that. They want something real. They don't want things to be just about attraction, feelings, spiritual love. They don't want just that. They do want something real. And so they're holding back, they're confusing, and they don't want to show up like that for you. The bear, the abundance card, they all show somebody who's trying to ground themselves and to manifest something real. But currently, the energy is so blocked, let's say, by confusion. So the spiritual element of this connection is overly dominating this connection. Now, for what this person cannot admit, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is the... I feel like this person sees you. Let's say that, because whether you are a female or male, this person is a bit insecure when it comes to not being able to manifest stability. So they see this connection, or they do recognize that you require real life action. You require grounding and safety, stability, and you are somebody that they want to build that with, and that is what they want. But it almost feels like they are insecure about their inability at this moment to balance the spiritual and the material. So I don't see them like they recognize the value of this connection, but I do see that there is maybe let's say, lack of compatibility at this moment when it comes to who is more grounded. It's like maybe you are more grounded than they are, and they might be also a bit afraid of the stability aspect and afraid of losing this much of ideal love that they feel here towards you by just committing to a single vision with the Queen of Pentacles, which is about stabilizing and committing to things. This seems like a very subconscious thing to this person. Now, for why they are maybe a bit struggling with confusion here, the Two of Cups represents this person feeling or knowing that this connection is very, very real, and that any action they take is going to manifest the actual potential. They do have an inner knowing that this connection is very strong, and that it has a very, very strong potential for long-term connection. They do also know that there is something mutual here, and this connection definitely matters more than they admit. So for this person also, it almost feels like they are aware of the potential of the connection, because of they are aware of the emotional reciprocity that exists and the bond that exists. But it feels like they are being pulled into different directions related to not wanting to lose this connection if they do the wrong move, if they make the wrong move. Also not wanting to lose this connection if they are not grounded, or if they appear as somebody who's unworthy or not grounded to you. So there's a lot of suppression or withholding or holding back, because this person is trying to balance themselves in a way or another. It feels like they're swirling like around in a lot of confusion, but they do want to get out. They are working towards it. They don't want to lose this bond necessarily. They know it's real, and that any move can either sabotage or compromise the connection that both of you have, and that it's real, and that it needs real, this connection is real, and that it needs mature action. Now, for how your person sees this connection, we have the Two of Swords, and this person is that again feeling pulled in too many directions, not knowing which direction to choose. There are fears at play 100% here. The Moon energy, this person feels like they don't have enough information. Like this woman here has a similar hair pattern and the same dress. This person feels paralyzed in how they perceive this connection or the future of this connection because of their confusion and their fears, and so they're freezing a bit, or they are in a freezing time in this connection. So they do recognize the bond, but they are unable to choose which direction to take just yet. They are not able to see which direction is to take, and so they're not deciding yet on where to go. But they are not, it's not like they are 100% passive. They are actively trying to find a way out and to ground themselves. It's not like they are fully passive and shut down. They are doing on having some type of, or making some type of an effort to get like wrap their head around what direction to take in this connection. So this connection is teaching you something, pile number 3 with the Temperance here, and I feel like it's related to moderation. I feel like not again, but you too felt drawn and felt pulled towards this connection as something that maybe you've never felt before, and something that you recognize as a strong potential. But it might have pulled you so strong that maybe made you anxious or overly attached. This connection is trying to teach you to maybe step back and balance and moderate, rather than go all in at once before seeing through things and seeing through what is real and what is physical, what is materialized, or what is materializable, if that is a word, in this connection. So in general, this connection is kind of very soothing to your nervous system. To be honest, I don't see neither of you having anxieties, at least not that big. But there is this idealized type of love with the lilies and Pisces energy here. Manifest energy also with the temperance, it's trying to ground you, it's trying to tell you to not go all in until you have you are balanced, and not follow just dreams and fantasies until things are health in a healthy way materialized. So it's trying to teach you to moderate, to not be extreme, to not be all in without having a proper strategy, without being balanced within yourself. So you're kind of like learning to blend your emotions and your heart and your spiritual self here with wisdom and with this earth that we are currently living in. The guidance for you with the Seven of Wands is to not overgive, not to overextend yourself, not to overgive, not also to lower your standards. It's trying to tell you to hold your ground, stand up for what do you want, for your own worth, and don't compete. Almost, again, I feel like maybe you're telling yourself, or you find yourself saying that this connection is so real, and this connection is so big, and it's so important, and it's very spiritual and different. Why is my person not maybe showing up the same way? Why is that my person not believing in this connection the same way I do? And it's not like they don't. This card is trying to tell you that they do. Oh my god, I yelled. So they do know. They do recognize this connection. But everybody is different. And so while you are ready and you see maybe this through, it's telling you to not overextend yourself or not overgive, and to let this person go according to their own life or timeline until you meet at a certain point, maybe where both of you are ready. Is trying to tell you to not self-sacrifice for this person or for this connection, and to protect your own. It feels as if maybe you are very emotionally drained or burnt out, and it's trying to tell you to protect your boundaries and to stand up for your standards and to stay centered in what do you believe to be true. The oracles here, all of them, to be honest, say the same thing, but with the Monology card here, this is what this connection seems to be at right now. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. And just because we have seen already that this connection is moving towards a more spiritually abundant time in more alignment, this card also talks about the huge potential that this connection has. It says that this connection currently is moving. It's not stuck. It's not at a stalemate. And it is moving. And it has the potential to become what do you wish it to be or to become. But it's telling you that a little effort is required, definitely, in manifesting what you want within this connection. But it is trying to tell us that this connection currently is moving. It's not stuck. But it is at a moment where we are before the manifestation rather than at the real manifestation. But it is encouraging. This is an encouraging card from Spirit. It is telling you that this connection has the potential that you expect it to be. But it does require effort. It does require patience. It does require understanding and time to actually manifest according to the current movement of the energies. The abundance card here, it does say that what is blocking this connection currently is maybe not truly believing or being confused about the value of this connection, especially from your person's side. And I feel like some doubt that or some confusion that your person has might leak to you, or might be a bit contagious, where you recognize the value of this connection. This person is still a bit confused and does not know how to manifest that value. They do understand that there is definitely a value, but they don't know how to manifest it. So this card is trying to say that the only thing that is blocking this connection is not knowing how to ground it and not knowing how to focus on its value. So it's more about aligning with abundance. And it is not about waiting on this person to make up their mind or to understand the value or to understand how to like manifest this value into the real world. It's not about waiting for them. It's about understanding. And I feel like you already know this, that this connection holds the potential, and about you, pile number 3, aligning with what feels valuable and abundant for you in your personal life. Because the manifest card here, which is about what do you need to hear right now, pile number 3 in this connection, is that it's like a calling for to be grateful for the things that you have already, or that you already have in your life. And it is not something like it is not something to shame you for. No, not at all. The manifest card is trying to remind you of the fact that you sense potential in this connection, and it is real 100%, and you sense value. But the manifest card is telling you to hold on to what do you feel is dear to you in every aspect of your life, and not only in this connection, because this connection has, another somebody else's free will, and so they need their own healing, their own timing, their own. I know it's frustrating, really, but we are now talking about you and the fact that we want to empower you. And the manifest card is saying that the only way this connection is going to manifest its potential is not by attaching to its potential. It's not by overgiving. It's not by overextending ourselves emotionally, but it's about holding on to what is dear to us in our personal lives. So think about, what do you hold dear to you? It might be something small, it might be something big. It might be just having, there is this specific shoe, or it might be the fact that you have many shoes that you love and that you want to cherish, to cherish. You want to keep safe. It might be that you have maybe a pet that you would like to nurture. It might be that you just have, you love your hair. Maybe you love your face. Maybe you love your body. Maybe you love your job. And so it's trying to tell you to hold on dear to the things that are dear to you and that are important to you, because that means that you are aligning with the abundance, and you are aligning with what makes you happy and fulfilled, and therefore more of what makes you happy and fulfilled is going to manifest. So definitely more effort is required in this connection, but it needs to be a cooperation from both sides. And because this person is still in their own, according to their own timeline, still processing, you need to align with with what you consider abundant and dear to you, and that is what is going to manifest more abundance in your life. And definitely it is promised within this connection, but to align with that, you need to align with your abundant life, with what you consider abundant in your own life. And that is how this connection is going to move in a way or another. Especially, again, it really depends on your person's free will also. So I hope this guidance made sense to you. Things definitely are building here with the waxing moon, and feelings are growing, and the energies of this connection is growing more and more. But effort is required, and if you've done, I feel like you've done your part already, and if you feel like there is more effort, healthy effort and equal effort that you want to make, you can definitely do that. But if you feel like you're overextending yourself, and you're ready while this person is not ready yet, you do need to kind of come back to yourself and see all of the things that you cherish and you love in your life, and cultivate more of them. Hold on to them, cultivate more of them, and that is going to align you with an abundant future. And I am inclined to say that with all of these energies, it is going to align you with what is abundant within this specific connection if you ever decide to continue with this person. So, pile number 3, this was your reading. I truly hope it resonated with you, gave you insight. If it did, please subscribe so you won't miss any future readings, and like the video and comment down below. What do you think about the reading? If you resonate or not resonate, I would love to read your comments. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you will find my email in the description box below. And if you want to support the channel, the super thanks button is currently activated. So if you feel called to support the channel, I would truly appreciate it. Otherwise, your presence here is very, very important and truly enough. Thank you so much, Pile number 3, for being here. I appreciate you and I love you all, and see you next time.